Well, it's a new month and we have a new cutting die. Now this is designed to coordinate with our basic crosshatch. And let me just show you this absolutely darling project that you can make. They stand up, but they also fold flat. So please come play with us. Well, as I said, we have the brand new Bunny and Friends. Now there are 18 cutting dies in here. And so that gives you quite a variety. And as always, because this is from Delightful Dimensionals, you get a sample on the card. And that's what I just showed you. But let me show you how to do the basic crosshatch, because that was the basis for this wonderful card. And for many of the cards I'm going to show you. Now there are 4 cutting dies. You cut one of the arch, just like this. And you cut 3 of the crossbar, and then you cut 1 each of the other 2. So just like that. The directions, as always, are right on the package where you store your dies so everything stays together. And let me show you how to put this together. And there are little notches in the bottom, and that's what makes the whole thing work. So you just take this one and insert it. And you take the next one and insert it, and this one and insert it, just like so. Now, there are 2 of these. One is taller. The taller one goes in back, and you simply insert it into the next notch, just like this. And you just want to have everything sliding down to the bottom. And then the next one. So they're a little wiggly at this point, but you know, it's just really no problem, especially after you've done it once. Now, that is that. And then we have the last one, and that's going to go in the 3rd notch. So that sliding is what allows this to fold flat for mailing and also to stand up when the person receives it. So really easy. So there you go, flat on the bottom, and that's how it goes. Now, to use these to create something like this works perfectly. And you'll notice that we have a chocolate bunny in here. So I'll tell you how that was done, and using our Happy Every Holiday dazzles. So sweet little guys, these all have been inked with a blending tool and an ink pad. So there we go. Now let me show you what else. And in creating this, here is another one. Here is what Debbie has done. So this is using the Flower Queen paper. So you can see that it's just very yellow, very pretty. And let me show you what those papers look like. Here is the Flower Queen. She used the 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. You can see that there's pinks and yellows and, and greens in addition. And then she, excuse me, also used the Flower Queen solid. So that helps. And she also did some inking around the edges. And she used a blending brush, like so, and gingerbread and velvet fawn. So the gingerbread is going to go on the little chicks. And also went around this edge. The velvet fawn is going to go around the edge of our little bunny. Also, notice the bunny has, his hands are on top. And the way the die is made is that there are 3 eggs, his little paws. There's also some grass. And this is also his bottom paws. So you can see them right there. That's a separate piece, and a bow. So you can see the bows that were put on the chicks. So that's one pass through your through your machine, so that it's just easier than trying to do these tiny little dies separately. So that's how we do it. The bunny has inner ears, and those are a separate piece, you can see. Now, all of the chicks and the bunnies have holes for their eyes. So what Debbie has done is she's just taped a little piece of black cardstock, in this case, behind the eyes, but they really pop that you can see them. And the eggs are here. You can do them out of the pattern cardstock. Debbie took some tri-blend markers and did a little drawing on them, so just to add that. In fact, she also put a little bow on this bunny. Our first bunny, she didn't do that, so that's another idea. This is out of solid, this is out of patterned, so you get another idea. In this case, the chicks are out of patterned, and here they're out of solid. So just a lot of different ways that you can use this. Now, the other thing that she's done is to get her greeting. That comes out of the Flower Queen die cuts. So the blessings to you was foam tape there. You can see that the grass edge, in fact, let me show it to you right here. That was done here and again in the back. So it kind of gave the bunny a place, a horizontal line to sit upon. And you can just decorate as you want. So she did a little bit of that grass going into the basket, and then has the eggs and then a little chick on top. So just really fun. Another brilliant thing that Debbie did, and I absolutely love it, is in, whoops, let me take this off, in the packages of this patterned cardstock, there are large cutouts like this. And she trimmed this to be the shape of the arch and glued it in the back. What I love is that it gives you a decorative edge, but keeps it flat. But there you've got a place to do your message. And that is on every single one of our paper collections. And so that's a really nice. And again, this is going to go flat for mailing and taller for when the person receives it. How fun. Okay, so we've got two looks. Let's get another look. And here is our next one. Now this one, those little chicks take center stage. And isn't that cute? Now here, she used something kind of unexpected to me. She used the Be Happy papers. This is the 6x6 papers. And she used the Be Happy solid cardstock. There it's going to have the black for the eyes also. And then she also used the Be Happy die cuts. And that is what is going on right here. So she placed her paper as she wanted it. She did do some inking on the edge. The directions will tell you which of the inks, and the blending brush, of course. And did these. So these are foam taped, and that worked really nicely. And then the little guys are just all over. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see in white and in orange. Also, the dies are debossed. So that's going to give you so much dimension on all of the pieces. And you don't have to do anything to get it. It's just going to be there because it's in the cutting dies that we designed. 2 layers of the grass to let them in 2 shades of color. So that does a nice job of heightening up that piece. We've got the little chicks down here. I like the idea of one down there. This is one of the die cuts. And then we've got more grass and more chicks down there. And then you can see there's flowers, but that's from the paper. And then a little pink bow out of the light pink ribbon set. And it is done. So we've got bees having fun with our chicks. And then you see the sparkle that's in there. Hopefully you can see that as we get in closer. And that is with our pearl jewel dazzles. So they are just a beautiful pearl look rather than a glittery look. But that does a nice job too. Okay, so we've got 3 styles of using the crosshatch. And I guess I'd also like to point out that all of them were done with patterned cardstock. All of the whole crosshatch was done. So that's a nice thing to know. You can also do them in the solids. So I'm going to close that and let's go to a card. In fact, Debbie has given us 2. What I love about this little 5-inch square card is the bunny is out of suede. It is the white suede, the snow suede. And as a matter of fact, if you belong to our subscription, you got a sample of that in your package when you got your dies. And I just think it's so fun that it's also you know, soft, so very neat. Now you can see the black for his eyes, his little nose. I didn't even talk about his nose. His nose is a separate piece along with his ears. So you can see, I think you can see his little feet in the front and his paws right there. A little Easter basket, that's part of the die set. There's that grass. And in this case, as I said, Debbie used a 5-inch square card. Now, we do have 5-inch square cards and envelopes that are available. You also can take your 5 by 6.5-inch card and simply trim off 1.5 inches, and you've got that. So however you want to do that. Now for the backing of this, she has used our Gingham number 2 6x6 collection, and you can see she's got the orange and the teal and the purple. She also paired that with the Gingham number 2 12x12 solid cardstock. So you can see that that's going to be his ears, that's going to be a couple of the eggs. Now for the word hugs, that comes out of our purple dazzles. Now what this has is, let me see, there are 12 sheets, and you get the script dazzles, you get the thin line dazzles, you get all of them in the purple color. So that just worked really nicely. A little bit of inking on the edge of our bunny, and then she used the peachy ink on the edge of the papers. So that worked nicely. Now this time, as a bonus, I have another card for you. Yes, thank you, Debbie. So this one, remember I noticed the chocolate bunny on the very first sample? Well, you're going to do that with an embossing pad. So you're going to die cut it out of brown, then tap this on it, pour the clear embossing powder over it, tap off the extra, and then melt this with a heat gun, and you will get that shiny. Now, the other thing you can do is crystal lacquer. Just put crystal lacquer over the brown, and that will be good to go. Now, what Debbie has done is she's created an Easter parade. So you can see the bunnies lined up to go into the basket, more of the grass there. This is also using the Happy Every Holiday. This has every holiday except for Christmas. Christmas gets its own surprise. And this has them in many different colors. In fact, there are, I think there's 8 or 10 sheets in here, so lots of colors. And very fun. And this is using a nesting place 6x6 paper, so you get that very pretty background. On the inside, Debbie's put our bunny. Now this time the bunny is out of patterned cardstock, and you can see the eggs, and the for you, that's part of the nesting place cutouts. So, and the bunny gets a little bow also. So our bunny and friends, as always, we do design it to go with the crosshatch because we think that's just such a fun presentation for someone to get. But you can also use these, obviously, in your card making or your scrapbooking. And this bunny is a little over 3.5 inches tall. So he's a nice, substantial size for any of your paper crafting. So I want to thank you for joining us. I also want to point out there is a money saver over on the right-hand side of your screen. In addition, we have a subscription because we do one of these every single month. We think of them as kind of the holiday or seasonal dies. So you can see that this is ready for Easter, but it's also ready for any sorts of other holidays or card making or scrapbooking events. So for this month, we have this little guy. We'll have something else next month. If you sign up, you will get, your first time, you will get both of them. Then after that, you just get the seasonal die. And you will get a free goodie each month. Like this month, you're getting that suede paper And yes, you can pet it also. You can also die cut it, as obviously you've seen. And you also get 10% off, so lots of reasons to go with a subscription. And that's available also on the right-hand side of your screen. So we want to thank Debbie for all of these wonderful ideas and for really showing us the creativity that you can get with these dies. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we hope you're going to like us, subscribe, head on over, take advantage of that money saver, and you'll see the listing of all the products down below so you can duplicate them if you would like. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Debbie, for an outstanding job, and thank you for being the very best part of paperwishes.com. We'll see you next time.